Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. The offseason for NFL teams, including the Pittsburgh Steelers, is rapidly approaching, and with it comes the crucial task of shaping the roster for the upcoming season. This process is driven by a combination of free agency and the draft, which loom large as teams navigate the tricky financial landscape. The Steelers, like every other team, must carefully manage their cap space, which often leads to tough decisions about which players will remain and which may be shown the door. As the Steelers look to free up financial resources, several players on their roster find themselves at risk of being cut. The primary focus, however, is on those whose contracts are weighing heavily on the salary cap. Among those players, outside linebacker Preston Smith stands out as one of the top candidates for release. His situation has raised questions, particularly due to his relatively underwhelming performance after joining the team mid-season. According to Pro Football Network, the prospect of cutting Smith could be one of the Steelers' simpler moves this offseason. They note that the pass rusher's mid-season acquisition did not live up to expectations, posting modest numbers during his brief tenure with the team. In 8 games, Smith managed just 2 pressures and 2 sacks, while adding 13 tackles to his stat line. Given these lackluster statistics, it's clear that his impact was limited, making him a prime candidate for the Steelers to move on from. The trade that brought Smith to Pittsburgh was made with the hope of adding depth to the team's pass-rushing rotation behind stars like T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, and Nick Herbig. However, Smith's contributions during his first few games were far from impressive. In his initial 7 games with the Steelers, he recorded just 11 tackles, 1 sack, and a fumble recovery over 142 defensive snaps. After that, he found himself as a healthy scratch for the Steelers' Week 17 game against the Kansas City Chiefs, a clear sign that his role was diminishing. Despite being active in the final regular season game against the Cincinnati Bengals, Smith's involvement was minimal, with only 19 defensive snaps. Even more telling was his absence from the Steelers' wild card round game against the Baltimore Ravens. This decision to keep him sidelined, despite a significant postseason game, suggested that the coaching staff may have lost faith in his ability to contribute at a high level. While other players such as Larry Ogunjobi, Cole Holcomb, and Miles Killebrew are also on the list of potential cap casualties, Smith stands out as the most likely to be released. His lack of a defined role, coupled with his non-guaranteed $13.4 million salary for the 2025 season, makes him an easy target for the Steelers to cut without incurring any financial penalties. If the team chooses to part ways with him, they would be able to recoup the entire amount owed to Smith, giving them significant financial flexibility moving forward. With all of these factors in mind, it's clear that Preston Smith's time with the Steelers is in serious jeopardy. While the team may explore options to reduce his cap hit and retain him for another season, his underwhelming performance and high salary make him a prime candidate for release this offseason. As the Steelers continue to build their roster for the future, it seems increasingly likely that Smith will be one of the first moves made. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A viral video surfaced this week, sending shockwaves through the NFL community. In it, Pittsburgh Steelers safety MINKAH FITZPATRICK is heard saying he no longer wants to play alongside linebacker Preston Smith. This unexpected revelation has sparked widespread speculation, leaving fans and analysts alike wondering what could have caused such a dramatic statement between 2 key figures in Pittsburgh's defense. Fitzpatrick, known for his dominant play and leadership on the field, has been a consistent fixture in the Steelers' defensive lineup since 2019. His skills were on full display in 2024 as he earned his Pro Bowl selection after an outstanding season, which included 96 combined tackles, 4 pass deflections, and an interception. However, this bold statement about Smith is now overshadowing his accomplishments. So, what led to this growing tension between 2 teammates who, on paper, should be complementing each other? The issue seems to stem from the dynamic between Fitzpatrick and Smith, who joined the Steelers from the Green Bay Packers in a surprising mid-season trade in 2024. Initially, The defensive end was asked to transition back into an outside linebacker role, something he expressed discomfort with after his brief stint as a defensive end in Green Bay. Though Smith had a solid record in the 2024 season, it appears the adjustment did not sit well with Fitzpatrick, who may be feeling the strain of playing with someone who is not fully aligned with the Steelers' defensive system. Rumors abound about how their relationship may have deteriorated, with speculation suggesting that Fitzpatrick's frustration could stem from Smith's lack of adaptability to Pittsburgh's 3-4 defensive scheme. As an outside linebacker in a 3-4 defense, the responsibilities differ significantly from those in a 4-3 setup, and Smith's struggles have not gone unnoticed by his teammates, including Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's skills on the field have never been in question. As a safety, his ability to read the game and create turnovers has made him one of the league's best. In 2024, his interception of Lamar Jackson was a highlight of the season, showcasing his exceptional anticipation and ball skills. However, some are now questioning whether his leadership is being overstated, especially considering his reported issues with Smith. Was Fitzpatrick's frustration a result of his own high standards, or is there an underlying issue with his ability to adapt to teammates who are struggling? On the other hand, Smith's transition from defensive end back to outside linebacker has been far from smooth. Many fans expected him to seamlessly adapt to the Steelers' defensive system, but that hasn't been the case. His inconsistency on the field, recording only 19 tackles and 2.5 sacks in 2024, has led some to question whether his talents were overestimated, especially considering the steep price the Steelers paid to bring him in. Was Fitzpatrick's frustration with Smith about his performance on the field, or is it more about his inability to mesh with the team's defensive philosophy? The debate now turns to whether Fitzpatrick's leadership is truly as influential as his on-field talent suggests. Some insiders claim that his vocal displeasure with Smith hints at a deeper issue with his ability to handle conflict in the locker room. Fitzpatrick, who has earned a reputation as a leader on the field, may now be under scrutiny for his ability to foster cohesion among teammates. Could his comments about Smith's role be a sign of an inflated ego or a failure to truly lead his teammates? As the Steelers prepare for the 2025 season, the pressure will be on both Fitzpatrick and Smith to resolve their differences, or risk further damaging the team's defense. Will Fitzpatrick's remarkable skills continue to overshadow his leadership issues, or will Smith rise to the challenge and prove that his talents are worth the trade? One thing is clear. Pittsburgh's defense is facing a major crossroads, and the fallout from this tension could have far-reaching consequences for the team's future. For the Steelers, this is a critical moment. As they prepare for the 2025 season, the last thing they need is locker room discord, especially from two of their defensive stars. The question on everyone's mind is whether this tension will boil over, forcing the Steelers' front office to choose between their two defensive stalwarts. The video has only deepened the mystery, and fans are eagerly awaiting any official statement from the team regarding the future of both Fitzpatrick and Smith in Pittsburgh. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.